Solving an equation in one variable. When we are solving linear equations, our goal is to get x on one side of the equation and the numbers onto the other side. We want to end up with x equals and then some value. We actually use order of operations for this. We learned that order of operations has this acronym PEMDAS. PEMDAS tells us the order that calculations are done when we type numbers into a calculator, or if we're doing a calculation ourselves, what order to perform the different operations. We have parentheses at the top, then exponents, multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So again, this is how we do calculations. When we're solving equations, we actually want to go in the reverse order because we're peeling the layers away from the variable x in the opposite order. So this is what we're going to use for solving equations. Looking at example A, I have a couple of different things that are happening to the variable x. It's being multiplied by the number 4, and the number 3 is also being subtracted. So based on going in the reverse order of operations, I'm going to work on that 3 that's being subtracted before I go to the multiplication. So I'll start by adding 3 to both sides of this equation. I always have to do the exact same thing to both sides to keep it balanced. And then I'll divide both sides by 4, and I'm ending up with x equals 2. Whenever I solve an equation, I want to check my answer to make sure that it works. So I'll go back to the original, and I'll plug 2 in instead of x. So I'm getting 8 minus 3 equals 5. Yes, we are getting the correct answer, so we think that 2 is our answer here. In example B, we've got variables on both sides and numbers on both sides of the equation. So what we want to do is move the variables to one side and the numbers to the other side. I will subtract 3x from both sides to move that 3x over to the left. And then I will subtract 2 from both sides to move that over to the right. And then we'll divide both sides by 4. So we think that our final answer is negative 11 over 4. Let's check our answer. I'm plugging in negative 11 over 4 in both of the places that I had x in the original. When I have a whole number that's multiplied by a fraction, that number multiplies only by the number in the numerator. So this will be negative 77 over 4, and then negative 33 over 4. Whenever I have an equation with fractions, I want to multiply by the denominators that I see to clear those fractions. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 4. It'll give me a negative 77 plus 8, and then a negative 33 minus 36. All right, negative 77 plus 8 is negative 69, and negative 33 minus 36, that's also negative 69. So it looks like we're getting the same answer on both sides. So that that negative 11 over 4 is in fact our correct answer. For example C, I have to do a little bit of cleaning up what's happening on the left-hand side specifically, because I've got that negative 2 that needs to be distributed, and I'm going to want to collect the like terms. So let's start by distributing negative 2 to both items in parentheses. Negative 6x plus 2 plus x equals 14 minus x. And then I will combine together these two terms that have x's on the left. So a negative 6x plus x is a negative 5x. All right, now we're ready to combine like terms onto each side. So let's add x to both sides to move this over to the right. It doesn't matter which side you move the variable to. It's okay if it's on the right-hand side. Negative 4x plus 2 equals 14. Then we'll subtract 2 to both sides, subtract 2. So I'm getting negative 4x equals 12, and then we can divide by negative 4. So it looks like our answer is a negative 3. Let's check. I'll put a negative 3 here in the place of x, and then another one here, and then a third one here. All right, so I'm going to start in the parentheses here. I'm going to have negative 2 times negative 9 minus 1. This is going to change to a minus 3. And this will be a 14 plus 3. All right, so here on the left, I've got negative 2 times negative 10. 14 plus 3 is 17. This is 20 minus 3. So it looks like I'm getting the same thing on both sides. So negative 3 is our answer.